we are back. So this is like the would have been between around 28 weeks right after the end of the second trimester and up until 32 weeks-ish. I'd started going to the doctor every 2 weeks. At 26 weeks, she had me going every 2 weeks. Maternal fetal medicine was still only seeing me every month just because the babies were growing great. They seemed to both be about on the same size. Everything looked good. They didn't share a placenta, and one's placenta, baby B's placenta, is like on the front, and baby A's placenta was like on the back side region. So they were like in no danger of their placentas fusing. They're like, oh, you're just easy twin pregnancy, which by 28 weeks I did not feel like anything about my pregnancy was easy, but that's okay. So my baby B with his placenta on the front, it was weird because like the movements, I'd never had an anterior placenta before, so all my kids, like I had felt a lot of movement. And baby A, I could feel all the time. Like he was constantly kicking and going. Baby B, I could only feel occasionally. He liked to hang out transverse, like across my abdomen. And he also liked to be breech a lot. So sometimes I'd feel him kicking down on my right side or up on my, I'd feel him like with his little elbows and stuff up here on my right side. But I didn't feel much on the left where he was hanging out. So it was kind of nerve-wracking, honestly, because I would be like, am I feeling A or B or what's going on? So baby kicks were really, really confusing to navigate for me. And then at right around 30 weeks, he decided to go head down. And when he did, oh my goodness, that was so painful. Like, it was so much baby in there. And then he just starts like rocking over, head down. And I woke up and I had like this massive bruise. I was like, what is wrong with me? I thought something terrible had happened, and I went to the doctor, and she's like, oh, your baby's head down now. He must have been rotating. And I'm like, how nice of him. So he was officially head down. Baby A had been head down most of the time. He just kind of hung out down there, so that was cool and helpful because our hospital's policy was if baby A's head down, you can deliver vaginally because baby B can figure his stuff out and work his way down, and if not, they'll do an assisted delivery, and they'll deliver breech there too. So, but they won't deliver breech if it's baby A that's breech, only if it's baby B. So we had, I mean, it was good though that they were both facing the right way, and they were both measuring really well. At the 28-week checkup, they were about 2 pounds, I think 10 ounces, and 2 pounds 9 ounces. Baby B was just a little bit bigger than baby A, and they were adequate fluid. Everything looked really good at maternal fetal medicine. And then my regular doctor's appointments were good too. They said, everything looks great. We don't need to do anything new. So that was good. We were not terribly stressed about too much with them. They wanted me to only go to 38 weeks. So they talked about that. They said, you know, if you are not going to go before, we'll schedule an induction sometime in your 38th week. So I was just kind of in my head the whole time, like, okay, here's where the end game is. The other thing that our hospital recommended was that we plan for an epidural. They don't require me to get an epidural. I was a little crunchy. I am a little crunchy. I liked natural birth. I had the epidural with my oldest. I didn't really enjoy the recovery. I was so numb for so long, but it was, 16 years ago. So I was like, I can give it another shot. My 2 daughters, I had gone naturally though, and it was like the adrenaline rush, and it was awesome. But when she mentioned how sometimes if baby B flips and he's breech or something, they'll just reach up there and help him out. I was like, in that case, I probably do want the epidural because that sounds terrible to have an arm in me. So she kind of sold me with that. So it was just a lot of things that I liked, things that made me comfortable with delivery. I had to just kind of cross them all off and be like, okay, I'm going to probably be getting an epidural. They do make you deliver in the OR just in case, because if there's an emergency, they want to just be ready. And that's the other reason they like you to have the epidural, because if you already have it in place, then if there's any sort of emergency, they can just do a C-section. There's no worry about putting you under general anesthesia. So that's good. I was still wearing the Blanky support shorts. Those are still wonderful. The MD Plus MD tank top, it was like the cheaper brand on Amazon. That one still really helps a lot. So things were trucking. My emotions went crazy though this last trimester, like so horribly emotional. Everything made me cry. I was so tired. I quit sleeping at night because like there's just baby up in the ribs and down in the bladder, and I was up peeing all the time. So starting right around 29, 30 weeks, I started to get more and more tired. I was having more and more trouble sleeping. I would sleep upright for a little while, but then it would like hurt my ribs really bad. I started taking Pepcid AC for the heartburn, and that helped a little, but it was like, dude, between Pepcid AC, Tums, and Maalox or Mylanta, whatever that crap's called, I was barely able to control the heartburn. It was really unpleasant. And so yeah, sleep and I started to part ways, which meant I was an emotional, tired, hungry, crabby, swollen, puffy. Oh, and we had a heat wave. It was lovely. It was like 105 degrees. Never cooled off at night. Yeah, I was not. I was a hot mess. I am a hot mess. Who am I kidding? I am still a hot mess, but it's it was okay. It was all right. It was worth it. Obviously, I know it's going to be worth it, but at this exact moment, it is not the prime of pregnancy. Like, I really felt this glorious honeymoon phase up through about, it was almost 30 weeks. Like from like 20 weeks to like, it was like a 10-week span where I was like, oh, I feel good. This isn't bad. And then, oh, Nelly, the last few weeks have been like a Mack truck. So, buckle up, Buttercup, if that's the phase you're coming into. It is definitely a phase, and it's interesting, but just keep trucking. You got this. And then the mantra the maternal fetal medicine had me saying was, every day that they are inside, that's 2 less days in the NICU. So it's like 32 is the first goal. Like, hit 32 weeks and you will have what they call growers and feeders, and they get to go home when they're big enough and they can eat on their own. And then 34 weeks was the next one after that. So it was like every little few weeks there was something exciting and big to look forward to. So yeah, so I'm 33 weeks right now. I'll wait till 34 weeks to do the next update between 32, 34 weeks, and that way I'll be able to have more gems for you all, and I will try and get these uploaded if I can figure out how to use the YouTube. So good luck, mommies. I hope you're having a good pregnancy so far.